to wake up, listening to the Joe Show on Facebook Live. He's so real and he tells the truth. Oh, tell the truth. He's so real and he's for me and you. It's the Joe Show. It's the Joe Show.
Need brakes fixed? Alternator replaced? Oil change? Tie rods? Ball joints? Or much more? Call Stuckey's Automotive here in Fordyce, Arkansas. With more than 30 years of experience, Stuckey's and his certified licensed mechanics knows exactly what it takes to get your vehicle back running. He's located at 409 Overpass here in Fordyce, Arkansas. Hours of operations are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until and by appointments on Saturdays. And don't forget, Stuckey's also offers towing services. So give Stuckey's a call today at 870-250-1870. That's 870-250-1870. And remember, Stuckey's motto is, get 'em in and get 'em out. Are you looking for some great insurance coverage and you live in the Fordyce, Arkansas or surrounding areas? Well, search no more. Contact Milton Insurance Agency. Milton Insurance Agency is committed to providing you with the highest quality insurance plans available, combined with some of the lowest possible rates. Whether you're shopping for auto insurance, home insurance, health or life insurance, or business insurance, they can help you obtain the best coverage available with the lowest rate possible. Located at 314 North Spring Street here in Fordyce, Arkansas, Milton Insurance Agency truly value the long-term relationship with their clients and are proud to give families, individuals, and businesses the personal attention required when it matters most. When claims arise, they realize that it can be very stressful and will do everything possible to assure timely and complete recovery. Here are a few more coverages they provide: business auto insurance, builder's risk insurance, commercial property insurance, ATV insurance, classic car insurance, motorcycle insurance, and the list goes on and on. So stop what you're doing and get your free quote today. Give Milton Insurance a call at 870-352-2155. That's 870-352-2155. You can also find them on Facebook or check out their website. That's www.miltonins.com. Your exhaust on your vehicle is so important, and that's why you need Fordyce Muffler Shop here in Fordyce, Arkansas. Jay and Cindy and their certified crew of welders and mechanics are standing by and ready to work for you. In-state or out-of-state, there's no job too big or too small for them to do. And not only do they work on mufflers, they do U-joints, CV axles, wheel bearings, shocks and struts. They build deer stands, duck blinds, dog kennels, car sheds, swings, floating fishing pier, and they do custom fabrications. The list goes on and on. They're also the home of Lego Creek Blinds, Dan Hunting Gear, and they have many Gorman items. So stop by Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. at 1414 North Highway 79 in Fordyce, Arkansas, or call them at 870-352-5733. That's Fordyce Muffler Shop, where they don't do just mufflers. Something new at Stanfield's Fish Market. That's right, he has fresh cut deli meats. He has Cajun style turkey breast, bologna, hickory smoked turkey breast, summer sausage, ham and cheese loaf, sow,
And he has Holly Barbecue Loaf. Store hours are Tuesday through Friday, 8 o'clock a.m. until 5:30 p.m. and on Saturday, 8 o'clock a.m. until 2 p.m. Remember to get to Stanfield Fish Market located at 710 Morton Street here in the city of Fordyce, Arkansas, or just call them at 870-352-0353. Remember, if Stanfield don't have it, he'll find a way to get it.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Joe from Facebook Hottest Live Show, The Joe Show. That's right, guys. I'm here at Marty's Body and Glass Shop here in Fordyce, Arkansas. I know the signs say Marty's Body Shop, but I know a lot of you know about Marty's Body and Glass Shop because, guys, you can get windshield work scheduled here at Marty's Body and Glass Shop in Fordyce, Arkansas. That's right. You got a windshield need to be replaced. Marty's can get that done for you as well. And guys, check this out. Not only do they do that, guys, they do PDR. That's paintless dent repair. That means if you got hail damage, hey, come to Marty's. If somebody hit your vehicle with a baseball or softball, put a dent in it, bumped it at the grocery store or something like that, hey, they can get PDR here at Marty's and get the job done, guys. That's right. So not only body work, not only getting your windshield replaced, they do PDR, guys. So, hey, get to Fordyce, Arkansas, guys. They're open Monday through Thursday, guys. Here in Fordyce, Arkansas, you can reach them at 870-352-2443. That's 870-352-2443. They're located at 1017 Morrow Street here in Fordyce, Arkansas. And let me tell you something else about the windshields, guys. If you got a rock peck, and you know those rock pecks are known to spread in the wintertime, guys, you need to get to Marty's. They can repair that rock peck and get it scheduled here at Marty's Body and Glass here in Fordyce, Arkansas. Guys, that's right, guys. They live by John 3:16. That's right. Marty's Body and Glass Shop in Fordyce, Arkansas. A family-owned, friendly atmosphere, guys. And they're very professional, and they do an outstanding job. Remember, guys, they're open Monday through Thursday, guys, and call them at 870-352-2443. That's right. See you later. Check out Marty's.
Are you tired of riding around in that old beat-up truck, car, or SUV? Have you had an accident, hit a deer, pothole, or something else? If so, call Marty's Body and Glass Shop here in Fordyce, Arkansas. Let Marty and his certified automotive body and related repairers make your ride look like new. Marty is a family-owned and operated business, and they care about their customers and their community. Their motto is John 3:16. So stop by for a quick estimate today. They're open Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. until 6 p.m., and they're located at 1017 Morrow Street here in Fordyce, Arkansas. You can reach them at 870-352-2443 or after hours at 870-820-1288. And remember, Marty can set you up for a glass and windshield replacement as well as PDR, that's paintless dent repair. So again, that number is 870-352-2443. That's 870-352-2443. And you can also find them on Facebook.
Ooh, yeah. It's time. Early in the morning. When I rise down to wake up, listening to the Joe Show on Facebook Live. He's so real and he tells the truth. He's so real and he's for me and you. It's the Joe Show. It's the Joe Show.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. So good to see all you lovely people. Y'all, look at y'all. Look at y'all this morning. It's so good to see you guys. Man, if you woke up this morning, you won. I want to say good morning to y'all. Good morning. Good morning. What's up? All right. This is what I need y'all to do. I need y'all to say good morning back so I can say your name, So I want to say good morning to you. So say good morning back. If you're already watching the show, we got a lot of good stuff to talk about today. We got some great topics lined out, and I'm going to need y'all help. So share the show. If you don't mind, listen. Put a heart up on it, put a like up on it, share it, with the Facebook, all the rhythms, guys. Can't too many people see it, so I appreciate it if you guys would just share the show. I love you for it. I pray blessings upon you for it. I appreciate you for it. And say good morning to a brother. So good to see everybody. Man, if you woke up this morning, you won. It's a blessing to be in the land of the dying because we're trying to get to the land of the living. So it's so good to see everybody this morning. Good morning. What's up, Jeff Michael Moore? Good morning, Mrs. Rosie Lowe. Good to see you. Good to see you. Carolyn Nelson. What's up, Cassandra Fields? Good morning to you. And if I'm missing anybody, it's because I can't see it. I'm not looking at my phone, at my teleprompter. So say good morning so I can say good morning to you. If you're riding on those highways out there, guys, be careful. Watch for the deer. Watch for the traffic. As my grandpa used to say, you got to drive for yourself and everybody else. So be careful out there. Man, there's been so many accidents on the road. You getting on Facebook, you turning on Facebook, you see people on there with their cars turned upside down. So man, be careful out there, man. It's crazy. People driving how they want and they messing with those cell phones as well. I've been guilty of it as well. I've been guilty of taking a call or two while I'm on my phone while I'm driving, so you catch yourself and you be like, man, I gotta not do this. So be careful out there while you're driving on the road this morning. If you're on your way to work today, whether you're driving to Camden, El Dorado, Pine Bluff, Hot Springs, Little Rock, Warren, Ivan, wherever you may be driving this morning, be careful this morning. If you're driving to Hampton, Arkansas, Locust Bayou, you could be driving to Carthage, Arkansas. Somebody might be on their way to Hamburg, Crossett, Stuttgart. They may be on their way to Louisiana, Texas. Whatever you got going on this morning, be careful while you driving. Today's weather high of 56 degrees with a 10% chance of rain and winds are going to be high today. So if you're thinking about getting that boat, putting it on the lake today, winds are going to be 16 miles per hour, guys. So make sure you be careful out there if you're thinking about getting on the water. I got a lot of fishing buddies who do a ton of fishing. So right now it's 7 o'clock. I got in a little early this morning. So it's right now 7 o'clock on the dot. And we're going to give it a few more minutes before we do birthday because I want to make sure I get everybody in. Right now, guys, the Mega Ball or the Powerball jackpot is at $700 million. What would you do? Let me ask the question to the people that's watching right now. If you just logged in, I don't see you. Like I say, if a person don't say good morning, I don't know you there. What's up? What's up, Ken Folk, Manny Reynolds? So I want to ask this question. If you won $700 million, what would be the first thing you do? The first thing. Not the biggest thing, but the first thing you would probably do. $700 million. $700 million. That's $1 million 700 times. What would be the first thing you do? That's what I'm asking. What's going on, Doug? Good to see you. Doug, man, I ain't seen you in a while, my brother. So good to see you. So good to see you, Doug. So good to see you. I normally run into you at the hospital every now and then. But not that you at the hospital, but you there, maybe meeting with your wife or whatever, But good to see you, man. So good to see you. Call my investment guy, says Jeff. But man, first, after I wake up out the hospital, because I probably pass out. I don't even really know what I would do, man. You would definitely have to contact some type of an accountant, lawyer. You would have to get some people on your side because you'll need to know what to do. Because I think in the state of Arkansas, if you won like a lottery, something like that, you gotta tell it. But then there's a ways around it. Yeah, exactly, Manny, man. That would be one of the first things I definitely would do, would pay off my home. I'd be debt free. I'd pay off everything. I pay Lil Ray, Lil Roy, everybody who I owe. I pay everybody off. No, I pay off all my debt. That's definitely one thing, you know, and go from there. You know, I wouldn't want, you know, that the question has always been, will you announce it? Will you let people know you won 700? I wouldn't want nobody to know. But I'm gonna tell you this: just because I don't want nobody to know, don't mean I won't be no blessing to nobody. Let me say that. Because a lot of people say they don't want nobody to know because they don't have no intentions on helping nobody. I'm saying I don't want nobody to know, but at the same time, I'm going to help somebody. I promise you. I guarantee you money on that. It'll be, you know, Doug said 10% of it going to my church, then I would disappear. Disappear. You know, that's a healthy check, boy. 10% of 700 million is, what is that, 7 million? Or is it 7 million or 70 million? 70 million, right? Would be 10% of 700 million would be 70 million. Yeah, that's $70 million. Yeah. That'd be, or is it 7 million? 70 million. Yeah, it's 70 million. Boy, your church, hey, guess what? Your pastor gonna disappear too. Let me be the preacher of that church. You come in there and say, Pastor, I'd like to tie this to the church. I just hit 700 million. Boy, my brother, I've been thinking about retiring. And you, my friend, you have just retired me. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I go in there and I demand a salary. What's going on? Good to see you, Miss Kimberly Perham Johnson. Wake up, wake up, wake up. All right, good morning to everybody in the surrounding areas, the Fordyce, Arkansas area, the surrounding areas, guys. We have a lot to talk about. We got some great topics lined up. Let's get on into it, these birthdays. Anybody got a birthday celebration? If anybody got a birthday celebration, let's wish them a happy birthday here on the Joe Show. Happy birthday to you and yours. If you have a birthday this morning, make sure you go and wake them up and tell them happy birthday. Tag their name and tell them that you said happy birthday on the Joe Show. Put the @ in front of it and write their name. If their name pop up, tag them and say happy birthday to them. If you don't have anybody with any birthdays, then keep on moving. All right, we got Miss Kimberly Gray says Kim says she would give the church some, do something for the homeless, pay off all my bills. That's what I'm talking about, man. Okay, if anybody want to pay off my house, listen, my house is financed through Timberline Federal Credit Union. Just call up at Timberline. I'm putting this on the show, so I don't owe over 52 grand on my house. So that ain't a whole lot. So you call up to Timberland, tell them you want to be a blessing to Joe Brazil and pay off his home. It ain't but 52 grand. I know somebody one day gonna hear this. Timberline Federal Credit Union in Fordyce, Arkansas. That's who financed my home. And just pay it off for me. I don't know, but 52. I mean, some of y'all watching this probably got that in your back pocket. Just pay it off for me. Just pay it off for me. You know, I won't tell nobody. I won't tell who did it. Let's go ahead on and pay it off for me. You know, hey, I got to get that 52 paid off, boy. I tell you, because, man, I tell you, times is getting rough, man. You just never know, you know, what's happening right now. We're going to get a little bit into the government shutdown here after we get through with birthdays and anniversaries. You know, right now it's starting November the 1st, guys. I know somebody probably saw the post where they're saying that Tanika Tyrunda Giles, I got to get used to your last name, Tanika. You know, you got .52. I got you, girl. Okay, call up there and put it on it. Then I owe 51,500. Go on up there and do it. Definitely take care of my family. Say, hey, I hear you. But man, you know, let me see, I got 4,000 friends on Facebook. If every one of my friends on Facebook gave me $10, I could pay my house off. But ain't that something to think about? You got 4,000 friends on Facebook, and you can't get them to give you $1. Pay your own bills, boy. No. But good morning, guys. Let's get into this. We got to get into a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit about the government shutdown, and we're going to push on because I know that's a bit of a touchy subject, you know, with everybody talking about what's going on around America with the government shutdown and what's happening, and you got so much confusion going on, man. And, you know, I've been speaking my mind on a lot of different platforms and a lot of different websites. I've been writing comments and getting into it with people and giving my opinion. And, you know, when you have a platform, it's kind of hard to stay out of that. You know, you can, but, you know, I try to be a voice, you know, because this, it just, I try not to make it. I was with a guy yesterday, and he automatically started saying it was the Democrats' fault, and he automatically, you know, but then when I started explaining to him what I thought, then he was like, well, you know, he stopped talking about who fault it was. You know, right now it's important that the government opens, and they're doing enough finger pointing as it is. You know, you got the Republicans. It's kind of like Crips and Bloods. It's just like a gang, man. And I hate it's like that. You know, I hate to see families suffering. I hate to see all these federal workers. It's like a punishment. It's like that the president and the Republican Party, it's almost like it's a punishment to the Democrats because they won't just sign it, because the Democrats are saying we want people to have affordable health care. You know, and and which I could get into that a little bit further, and I'll dig into that a little bit further and everything, because what happens is when you don't sound like, or you're not talking like people want you to talk, they don't want to hear you. They may not even watch the show because I'm not saying what they want to hear. I'm not saying what they agree with. Then they may not even want to watch, and that's cool. I get that. You know, everybody have their opinion about it. But I don't have to agree with you. You don't have to agree with me, but that don't mean we should fall out about it. And that's the way it should be. But what's happening is people taking these things so personal. What's up? What's going on, Shell? How you doing, Michelle? Good to see you. You know, so what it is, people are falling out with each other. You know, you got this guy who worked with this guy for years. This black guy worked with this white guy for years, but they're mad at each other over politics. They're mad at each other because he's a Republican, he's a Democrat. And it's sad that that's what's going on in the White House. Is we're looking at people fighting at work, and it's nation. And we're being laughed at all over the world. Our country can't even come together. You got Trump out there trying to bring peace to everywhere else, but his country is a mess. It's people out there in the streets walking and marching and protesting. You got our two governments, the Republicans and Democrats are into it. You got people, SNAP benefits are getting canceled. You got people losing food stamps and losing Medicaid. You got Medicare under fire. It's all this stuff is going on. And all they're thinking about is money. And all this on their mind is, I can make all these tariffs, I can make all this money. But man, your country is a mess. It's time for people to stop trying to always defending. It ain't about defending Trump. This is what y'all see that's going on. And like I told somebody the other day in my post, and I mean it from my heart. You know, they talking about calling these people illegal aliens and all this or whatever. And what they're called is undocumented, you know, individuals who come into the United States, and they may not come in here right. They need to come in here the right way. I get that. I get that. But just repeating the same thing you hear Trump them say, that the Republicans say about illegal aliens getting health care, that's a darn lie. I work at a hospital. Ain't nobody coming up in there that ain't got no health care, and we giving them free health care. That's not even happening. But people just latch on to the first thing they hear politicians say. They would latch on to the first thing politicians say. That Ronald Reagan come up with, he did a bill that if you're not from America and you get sick and you're about to die and you come to the ER will be reimbursed if they see the individual. That's not giving no illegal person free health care. That's if they're dying coming into the ER. And you mean to tell me you got people, you so sick, you so prideful, you got so much going on that you can't help your fellow brother? And then you call yourself Christians, you call yourself people of God, and a man come through the ER, and because he's Mexican and he don't have no insurance, you think the ER is supposed to let him die? You call that giving them free health care? That's what's going on. And then, you know, any little thing that they turn, and then you got our leader, he putting us against each other. He up talking about Jasmine Crockett and talking about the Mexican lady, they got low IQs. How do you get up and you say that? You say that and you dividing the country, you making black people turn against white people turn against black people. That's not leadership. And then everybody get mad at each other. Everybody, well, he's doing, it ain't right. I don't care how you cut it. It's not right. I don't care if he was a Democrat. If he was a Democrat saying, I did not, everything Joe Biden them stood for, I didn't believe in that crap. I didn't believe in a lot of same-sex marriage. I didn't believe in a lot of LBGT crap. And y'all know that. But one thing I don't do, I don't fall out with them and get mad at them and tell them that I hate them. Our leader literally stood up and said he hate his opponent. Guys, that's coming from the top. And if I'm not mistaken, when you're head of any house, whatever you say is going to go downhill. That's my biggest concern. And what's really scary and what's really hurt me, we used to have Republicans who would fact check and they would check their president whenever they were saying something or doing something wrong. You would have Republicans would step up and say, like John McCain, and be like, nah, that ain't right. But you don't got that now. That's what's scary as hell about what's going on. If he decides to say he gonna start dropping bombs on American because he think they doing drugs in a house or something, and they gonna all of a sudden drop bombs on it, what is the Republican Party gonna do? Right now they not doing nothing. Everything he doing is unchecked, and that's scary. He letting them stay at home. The Republicans is not even coming to work. They staying at home, and if they're at home, who can fact check him? Who can give him checks and balances? Nobody. Nobody can say, hey, Mr. President, no. Nobody's there to do that. And that's where we are right now. So that's where we are right now. We don't have nobody. Right now, we got a man who's running the country with no Republican Party behind him. They just won't say nothing. He's running the country by himself. He's going places. He's doing this. But everything here is falling apart, and it's really sad to watch how things are going. You got, well, the Democrats ain't gonna sign on in that, and I can't blame them. If you want health care for Americans, why would you trust? You got somebody who sit there and said they wasn't gonna tear down the East Wing. Trump sit there and said, I'm not gonna touch it. It's not gonna touch the building. He done tore the whole dang thing down. How you believe a man that says stuff like that? He gonna tear the White House down. He gonna tear the whole Capitol down. Watch him, I tell you. And let me tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. He gonna tear the whole thing down. It's coming down. You might, if he said it, East Wing got so much history. And I'm sorry, if you love Trump, that's you. You love him. That's you. But I want to know why you love him. Because all he's displayed to me is destruction. If we need that type of president in these times of days, then, and you feel that way, we lost. If we need that type of president in these types of days, we lost. We lost. And if you feel that way, that we need that type of president, he's connected to Steve Bannon, all these individuals who's connected to all these racist groups. He's letting out people out the prison who's been found guilty in fraud. He's letting them out of prison. If you connected to him, you just as crooked as he is. And I'm sorry to tell you that. You may get angry. You may get mad. Because one thing, the only thing that connected a lot of y'all to what's going on is because they say they love God. What kind of God? I don't know. We serving two different Jesuses. Trump Jesus and the Republican Jesus is different than my Jesus. My Jesus don't love people like that. My Jesus love people totally different than the way they love Jesus. I don't know what, I guess they using the same Jesus the KKK used back in the day. Because you know KKK went to church and they love Jesus too when they do the cross. That's the Jesus they love. The Jesus I know, he said for us to love each other as brothers and sisters, treat each other the way we want to be treated, not treat each other the way they doing. You got our president using the F word on TV. If Obama would have did half of the stuff that Donald Trump is doing, they would have lost their ever-loving mind. Look how they went to the state capitol. So this is unfair. The way y'all tolerate things from this president is not the way y'all tolerate things from Joe Biden, Obama, or George Bush, or anybody else. Why? And I'm just keeping it 100. You got people on here, you getting angry at people because they're talking the way that I'm talking, but you got a president can say whatever he want to say, and he's over so many. This man is acting like he's the president of the Republican Party only. He's not acting like he's the president of the United States of America. And that's 100. And if you angry or something I'm saying is making you upset, you need to check yourself. Because I'm not telling you nothing but something you see yourself. I've had friends come to me and say, man, you know what? I like Trump, but I wish he wouldn't open his mouth up. He say some of the, you know. Our leader just told them last week that he ain't going to heaven. He said, I doubt if I go to heaven. I ain't going to heaven. This man finna be 80 years old. 80 years old. He done lived his life, and that's what's so sad about it. That you done live your life. You done live your life of luxury all these years. 80 years, you live your life of luxury. But he running our country. He know he don't have long here on this earth. And can do whatever he want to do. And that's some dangerous crap. And these Republicans ought to be ashamed of themselves because they much younger than him. This man ain't got nothing to lose. He done lived his life how he want to live his life. He's super rich. He done got everything he want to ever, but he's running our country. Who to say that he won't drop a... I'm just keeping it 100. Y'all not thinking the way that... Y'all not thinking right. Everybody got it in their mind. You know, I read a lot of these comments on people. People is so, there's no more wrong and right anymore. There's no more wrong and right anymore. All the Democrats is asking for is health care. Health care. And let me explain something to you, and I'm going to move on. I don't care if you think I'm being biased, whatever, it don't matter, because I voted independently. I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Kamala, and I told y'all that before. I voted independently. So I'm on the sideline looking, and that's what I'm doing. I'm checking it out, and I got it right because I voted, and I voted independently. That's how I voted, point blank, period. And so I'm looking at the Republicans, and I'm going to tell you something, Democrats. Democrats, you have not done enough. You didn't do enough with Joe Biden to save a lot of hospitals, to save a lot of things that's happening right now. Because if you would have done your job while you was in the house doing what you was supposed to be doing, you wouldn't have a lot of rural areas suffering the way rural areas are suffering. Because what happens is the Democrats feel like rural areas is for Trump. I'm going to tell you exactly what go on. Rural America voted for Trump, but who the hell is he hurting the most? Rural America. You got rural hospitals closing down, rural daycare centers closing down. And who do all these rural people voted for? You got farmers who's bankrupting, almost 6,000 farmers a day is bankrupting in America, and they're in rural America. Who voted for who? They voted for Trump. He basically bailed out Argentina with $40 billion. Your farmers who voted for you in rural America, and Democrats, you haven't done a good enough job to pull rural America votes. If Democrats would do more work in the rural, because they think Trump got the rules so locked down that they can't think for themselves. So the Democrats don't even try to capture votes in rural America. They be like, that's a loss. That's a loss. But who's suffering? Rural America. You got farmers on there. Where you at, Mr. Trump? You promised us you was going to be here for us. We don't have anything. I'm bankrupted, Mr. Trump. You said you was going to help us. But where is he? He's over there. He's over there dancing. And he over there talking about the Democratic Party in Tokyo while he doing the Trump dance. That ought to make you feel like horse manure. But guess what? All he got to do is swing in on the vine. Oh! and he'll have his vote for them. He gonna do something, and they'll go right back and vote for him. They'll go right back and vote for him. All he got to do is swing in there on a vine and save a form or two. They'll go right back and vote. Because some of them people who hurting real bad, losing a farm, losing a health care, some of them hurting real bad. You know what they say? Well, you know, we got to sacrifice a little bit in order to get things right. They losing everything they got. There are some views I can't stand about Democrats. All this transgender mess and talking about changing kids' sex. I can't stand all that. I can't stand all that. But guess what? We're in a situation where we got to pick our poison. You got to choose what you want. The Republicans, Democrats, look, let me tell you, on the Democratic side, it's like the Democrats attack your religion because they looking at, because what happens is they look at all the hard crap and racist crap that goes on the Republican side. That's what the Democrats look at. And they say they love Jesus. And the reason why the Democratic Party sometimes attacks the religious part of the Republicans, because the Republicans claim they love everybody, but look at all these people who all losing everything they got. If they love Jesus so much and you love God so much, you're going to do what you can to take care of his people. But you're not doing that. So the Democrats, if that's the God they serve, if that's the Jesus they serve, then that must not be real. That's what's happening. Then you got the Republicans looking at the Democrats like, oh, they think about it, homosexuality. The homosexuals gonna run the country. The blacks gonna run the country. The brown people gonna run the country. Then everybody's so divided. That's what we are. And these are the things that people talk about behind closed doors. These are the things that people talk about when they sit inside of a restaurant and they around a table with their white buddies. They're talking about Trump. They're talking about how great he is. And the black people talking about how horrible he is. We are so freaking separated. And it don't start until Trump get in the White House. Soon as he get in the White House, we start looking at each other cross-eyed. Which some people are cross-eyed. But we start looking at each other differently. As soon as he get in the White House, we start looking at each other differently. And it's sad. Because of these views. All these different views and stuff that we got going on. I don't look at none of my white friends and because they Republicans and I hate them. But our leader just said he hates his opponents. And that crap dwindles down. Look at this man just tried to kill Hakeem Jeffries. Look at them trying to kill Trump. Look at them, they killed Charlie Kirk. It's because of all this hate that's spewing out of people's mouths. As soon as you talk to a Republican leader, Mike Johnson, the first thing they start calling them is they start calling Democrats terrorists. They start calling them, then you got people out there with guns in their hands, they believe that crap, they go and they try to kill people. It's coming from the top. And it's working its way down. And we the ones who got to suffer. If a nuclear war happened right now today, we all die. But where they at? They hid out in a freaking bunker. And who started it? They did. And that's exactly how it goes. They start all the crap and we suffer from it. They fighting amongst each other, we suffer for it. And we down here ignorant as hell, we fighting with each other over something they don't want to say it. As soon as if a Democrat get up to speak, we're introducing you to the Trump and Michael Johnson shutdown, or the Trump and the Republican shut. Soon the Republican get up, we're talking about the Democratic Schumer shutdown. I mean, it just caused a divide amongst everybody. And to you people, if you let politics make you lose friends, shame on you. If you make politics look at people differently, shame on you. Something is wrong with your mind. If you fall out with people because of the way they view politics. I'm not falling out with nobody. If you don't like me, it's because of my views. That's your problem. But I'm gonna still, hey, how you doing? I ain't that stupid in the brain that I'm gonna be mad at you because you like Trump. I don't care if you like Trump. That you like Trump, that's you. I'm not gonna fall out you because you like Trump. But don't put his views on me. Don't get mad at me because I don't think the way you think. And I shouldn't get mad at you because you like Trump. I don't believe that everybody who like Trump is a racist. These are things that people don't talk about. But we walk around and we know we thinking about it. If a group of black men sitting around a table, some white men gonna look at them and think they all Democrats. They over there, they loving, I know they love Biden. If a group of white men sitting around a table, a group of black men gonna think they Republicans. Talking about Trump. I bet they love Trump over there. Yeah, that's what they doing. They love Trump. That's what we doing. We do it every day. And it's dividing us. It's dividing us. Right now you got Steve Bannon claiming Trump wants to run for a third term. All the amendments and Constitution say you can't do it. All of it. But let me tell you what I think. And I'm finna move on to our topics. Let me tell you what I think, and I'm gonna move on to our topics. The reason why he's trying to say he's gonna run for a third term, I truly believe, and y'all remember, y'all write this down. The reason why he's saying that, because when the man explained to Steve Bannon that he can't do it constitutionally he can't do it. Amendments, he can't do it. Even if someone became the vice president and he tried to run a third term on he can't do it, because it says clearly in the amendments that you can't even be a third term if you are a vice president and the president gets sick or step down. You still can't be the president, because our founding fathers knew that somebody like Trump was going to come along who think when they get in the White House they should never leave. You're not building a $200 or $300 million ballroom to leave in a couple of years. You're not building that to leave. You're building that to stay. You're not finna put all that into there and then just to walk out and leave. There is a plan in place for him to try to stay. And the only way the first thing Steve Bannon said, what if the people don't want him to leave? I don't care if the people don't want him to leave, he still gotta leave. But that's the plan. What if the people don't want him to leave? So what I think is gonna eventually happen, things are getting bad. I think he's gonna swing in and he's gonna tell the Republicans and the Democrats, y'all can't do y'all job. He's gonna approve health care. He's gonna make sure the farmers are taken care of. He's gonna swing in and be Mr. Superhero. He's gonna send out stimulus packages for each American to give money, and then everybody gonna love Trump. And everybody gonna want him to stay in office. That's their plan. I could be wrong, but I'm just giving you my plan. That's what I think is gonna happen. That's what I think is gonna happen. So I encourage everybody. I don't like to see what's happening. I love my country, but right now it's not. Just like Angelina Jolie said. Angelina Jolie said, I love my country, but right now my country doesn't look familiar to me. The news is flooded. You turn on the TV, all you see is Trump, 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 Trump. Republican, Republican, different. That's all you see. That's all you see. You see people standing in line trying to get something to eat. You see people not getting paid. You see all this stuff is going on. Republicans run the House, the Senate, and they got the presidency. But they want to stand up before people and say it's the Democrats' fault. Only thing they can fault the Democrats for is not bending to their will. Right now, the Democrats saying, if these premiums go up, guys, don't y'all know, if you're in a household and you making $88,000, you and your wife, don't you know your premiums can stand to quadruple? You'll be paying $24,000 a month. I can't afford that. I can't afford, and I don't know about you. And I don't know about you. I can't afford that. You got the rich 1% of people, and they're getting all these tax breaks. They're getting all these. A promise has been made, and that promise can't be broken by Trump. They made these promises to all these rich billionaires who's about to be trillionaires, and they can't break these promises. You got the Epstein files. They know once they swear in the young lady, she's going to be the 218 vote. You got more Republicans now. You got even more Republicans done swung over on the Democratic side to release the files. Because they like, release them. Why are you This man, Mike Johnson, would not swear in. I can't say her name, but he won't swear her in because he knows she's going to release why if there's nothing to hide in the files, then release the files. Let them go. Release them. I think it's going to be bigger than Watergate. I think this is going to be so big that it's, and I truly think the division is on purpose. I truly feel like we're being divided for a reason. I truly think they're trying to cause mass hysteria, and they want us to fight each other. They want us to go in a civil war amongst each other to distraction. And don't do it, people. All I can ask you is not to do it. Not to do it. Do not do it. Do not do it. That's what I can say. Okay, guys. I know I went off into politics. I hate doing that, but I had to get that off my chest and tell you guys how I felt about that. And I just want you guys to know all isn't lost. You know, still pray. I truly think that when you listen to everything that's going on and you can lose hope and you think all hope is lost, everything look different. Just pray. Just pray. And I pray for Trump. I do. I pray for the man. I pray God touch his mind, touch his heart, to have some sympathy for his American people. I pray, and I hope you guys are praying for him too, because I pray for leadership in the United States. I pray that something can be said, something can be done to open the government back up. Let the government workers get paid. Let the air traffic controllers get paid. Let the troops get paid. I pray they can come up. But right now, our Republican Party is not coming to Congress. They won't come to work. How many jobs do you know that you can just stay at home and get paid a salary? And I want to say this to our Republican Party, whether they can see this or not. And I want y'all to, if y'all agree with me 100%, I want y'all to just write down 100% if you agree. Wouldn't you be worried if your boss sits you home and you just sitting at home and you ain't involved in nothing that's going on? You still get paid. Wouldn't you be worried what's up with that? Wouldn't that bother you that you just sitting there, your voice doesn't matter, your voice doesn't mean anything? You sitting at home, you're being paid off. You're being paid off to shut up and not say nothing. Wouldn't you be worried? That is some scary crap. I would be terrified if I was Republicans. If I'm just sitting at home, I'm getting paid, you're being given hush money. Is what you're doing. And I'm sure he's paying them very well. And if you're a Republican, if you vote a Republican, you ought to be mad as hell because you have no representation in the White House right now. If you voted Republican, you ought to be mad as hell because you have no representation. All of your Republican senators is sitting back, not doing their job. They can't have town hall meetings. And they refuse to have town hall meetings with their people, with their constituents. Because when they have them with their constituents, they putting the heat on them. And they're allowing it to go on because of this. Marjorie Taylor Greene is the only one that really done stepped out and was like, nah, we ain't rolling like this. This healthcare with my kids, premium tripling, doubling. She's the only one that's really stepping out saying anything. The rest of them, that's what I miss about those Republicans who would check a president and say, this not looking right. No, you're not turning down the East Wing like that. You're not going to do that. He building something bigger than the White House, bigger than the Capitol. It's bigger. That's why I say, watch, Capitol coming down. He going to tear it down. Watch. It's next. He going to bulldoze it down. If nobody stopped him from doing the East Wing, Trump is the kind of person like this. Because Trump, I'm telling you, if you give him an inch, he gonna take a mile. He gonna tear it. Ain't nobody gonna stop him. His party not gonna stop him because they're sitting at home getting their good hush money. And they stupid. because they have no power. So you Republicans, you have no power right now, because your only power you got is being quiet. Because they're saying stay at home and shut your mouth, because they don't want you to come in and even work with the Democrats, because they scared some of you going to turn over. That's what's wrong. That's why they staying at home. So that's what your vote mean right now. Your vote means nothing, because your folks, they not doing no work. They just chilling out. Let him do what he want to do. He even paved over Miss Kennedy Rose Garden. I be dirty. Miss Kennedy had a pretty rose garden. Trump coming in just put concrete all on the top of it. Just paved over it. Anything that somebody done to help, he just paved over it. Paved over it. Just paved over the rose garden. Woo! Thank you, Lord Jesus. All right, let's get it in. We got time to do one topic. If y'all ready for the topic, I need y'all to say ready. Just say ready. If you ready for the topic, say ready. Just say, if you just say ready, we just gonna dig right on into this first topic, guys. We gonna jump into it. I have to do the next topic next week. I have to do the next topic next week and go from there. But let's get it in. If y'all want to further discuss this, you know, is what we just got to talk about. I know I didn't read a lot of the comments, because I wanted you guys, I'm going to go back and I'll read some of y'all comments, but I wanted you guys to voice your opinion. See how you feel. And that's what our First Amendment is for, is to speak. But I want you guys to use your voice. If something doesn't look right, I've been trying to be informative on my page, letting people know what the cut's going to happen November the 1st. It's on my page, trying to put it out there, letting you guys know you do have a voice. Don't wait till things get bad and then you start speaking. Speak. That's the purpose of voting, and that's the purpose of that. Vote. There's consequences behind voting. And just understand that. If you're going to vote, just know there's consequences behind voting. Remember that. A politician can tell you what they want to tell you before they get in office. Trump hasn't did anything he said he was going to do. And I'm sorry. I hate to hurt your feelings, but go talk to the American farmers. Go talk to a lot of the people that he said he was going to cut interest rates. He was going to save the farmers. He was going to stop the war in one day, first day in office. I mean, and it's gotten worse. I hate it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, Republicans. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I apologize. But don't get angry because things ain't happening what he said was going to happen. And I'm sorry. It is not our fault. It's not the Democrats' fault because he's not doing what he said he was going to do. And it's not his. So don't get angry at nobody. Get on the phone and call your Republican leaders. Call your Republican senators and ask them why aren't they at work. That's what you want to get mad. Get mad and go do that. All right, Joe. There it is, Wayne. I like that. Action speaks louder than words. That's coming from our future mayor. All right, let's get it in here, guys. Let's get it in here. All right, guys, our first topic says, man writes, Joe, my wife and I, we've been married for 3 months now. We dated for 2 years. I felt like I knew her. So that's why I went on and married this woman and moved her in with me. While we were dating, Joe, she stayed in her own home with her 2 daughters, and I stayed in my home alone. Since they moved in my house, it started out great until this one thing happened. Here is what's going on. When she was in her own house, I never seen her children's father at her home. No matter how many times I came over, or no matter how many times I spent the night, I never seen her kid's father at her home. All of a sudden, I get off work yesterday. His car is in my yard, at my house. Joe, out of 2 years and 3 months, I've never had any baby daddy drama. So this felt weird.
I opened up my door to my house, and this man, whom I'd never seen in person, was sitting at my kitchen table talking to his daughters. My wife up in the kitchen cooking breakfast. I immediately asked him to step outside, and I began to ask questions like, who are you, etc. My wife came out the door and said, he's here to see his girls. No different than when I stayed across town. He came by to see them. I told her, it is a difference. You didn't say anything to me or ask me if it was okay for him to come over here. She said, I live here just like you do, and my daughters have a right to see their father. He's been nothing but respectful, and I don't see anything wrong with him coming to visit his daughters. And if you trust me, you shouldn't have to worry about what I'm going to do. Joe, her daughter's fathers went on and got in his truck, and he left. So my question to you is this: what should my next move be? Oh, we got 10 minutes, guys. We got 10 minutes. So basically, the father, the mama of these girls, she just got married to this man, and she let her baby dad, which haven't been doing this, he came over, and he was at the kitchen table with his daughters or whatever. This man walk in his house, he's there. And so he's like, what's this? He asked him to step outside, and, you know, she comes out and she say, well, you know, he got a right to come here. He's, you know, I live here. These are his daughters. He's been nothing but respectful to me. And he said, you know, she like, this is no different than when I stayed at my other house. He used to come see the daughters from there. So the guy went on and got in the truck and he left. So he's like, what's my next move? What do I do in a situation like this? You know, what do you guys think? I'm going to give my opinion because I know we're late in the show. And I see I got some fingers typing. Okay. I'm going to read Michelle's first. Michelle says, extremely disrespectful to the fullest. This is unacceptable. She should have respected his home. She is very out of line. She was wrong on all accounts. I personally wouldn't have asked him not to come back to my home prior to my knowledge. To be honest, in my opinion, I would cease the relationship at that point and advise her that she need to go back to her own private household with her children, where ask the baby daddy could come around at the discretion. The relationship will be over for me. Great comment. And I'm going to address what Michelle, she said a lot, but man, how many times do we got to talk about respect on the show? How many times do we got to talk about respect? I don't understand why come sometime people, and Nicole and Jeff, I'm going to read y'all comments here in a second. How many times you got to talk about respect? Oh my God. We got Nicole McGee says she should have asked him, can he come over? Then she cooking breakfast? That's so disrespectful. We got Jeff says, apologize. Get used to the idea these kids are still his daughters, and as long as they are respectful, you need to encourage the kids to have a relationship with their father. But she should have let the husband know the daddy would be there. All right, make sure I ain't skipping nobody. All right, we got what Mr. Wayne says. Now you have to set some rules. Boundaries are very necessary. Very. Tanika says, sir, just move around. There is an amount of disrespect that sometimes you can't look over. There is a certain amount of disrespect. That's not like you drive up and you see your wife standing outside talking to him or whatever. That's not like that, and you say, hey, that didn't look good or what. This man come home and this man walk in his house and he see another man whom he don't know and never met in person sitting at his table, his wife in the kitchen cooking breakfast. So, there's a level of disrespect sometimes it's just hard to look over. I mean, it's hard. It's hard. We got Michelle says, you know I'm through, respect me. I'm thorough. You know I'm thorough, respect me. I demand it. I get that. She's being disrespectful, says Manny. And shouldn't have let him come over without the husband's approval or without him even be. That's what I was waiting on somebody to say. That part. That part. Y'all, see, listen. Let me tell you something. How much? Okay, my voice breaking up. How many people don't understand that men are territorial? Let me get on down. Let me read some of these. What's going on, James Nelson? Good to see you. Good to see you. How many times people got men are territorial? And just because men are territorial, that don't make them jealous. That don't mean they insecure. That don't mean they got self-esteem issues. Men are territorial. If you not, something wrong with you if you a man. If men are territorial. That's just like another lion walking up to the pride that he is over, and another lion sitting up there in the den. They finna tear some stuff out. My goodness. We got Miss Brio says, if he was respectful, he wouldn't be up in the current husband's house while he isn't there. 2, I don't care if it was her house too. Respect your husband. If that man wanted to see his girls, let him pick them up and leave. I wouldn't be able to deal. Point blank. Listen. Thank you, Miss Williams. Very, very, very good comment. We got Michelle says, cooking for your baby daddy in my home. Share. If you come home and your man had his baby mama there and he was cooking breakfast, no shirt on. Share, what you do? Hey, Share, what you do, Share? You walk in and your man up in there with no shirt on, he flipping some pancakes and his baby mama sitting at the table. You don't know she come. You gotta tell Michelle over here though. You gotta tell me. Oh. We got Aaron says, I think this 50 miles per hour wind is jacking my service. Oh, okay, you talking about your service? All right, we got Wayne says, marriage 1-1. Men want to be respected. Women want to be loved. Amen, my brother. Amen. Aaron says she gonna catch a charge. We got Michelle said, it will be on and popping, baby boy. Type of day, okay? Hey, it's let me say, Tanika, please don't ask me that question. If it's Tanika, I just pray y'all not living in a brick house. That's all I can take. I just say it like this. Like Mr. Wayne Stacy said, marriage 1-1. Men want to be respected and women want to be loved. Listen, guys, in a situation like this, it would be because, and I gotta go, there's a level of respect sometimes you just can't look over. That level of disrespect right there, I couldn't look over it with her because I could never, because that's how she feel. She's basically said as long as he's being respected to her. Let me say this and I'm going to end it. I don't care how respectable a man is. There's some things you don't allow him to do. And let me say that again before I end it. Women, I don't care how respectable a man is. There's some things you don't allow them to do. And I'm going to say it one more time and I'm going to end the show. Women, I don't care how respectable a man is to you. There's some things you do not allow them to do because you got a man. And the worst thing you could tell your man is he was respectful. It ain't about him being respectful. It's about how you making your man feel. And if you don't understand that, you need counseling. This your boy Joe, Facebook Hottest Live Show. Thank you. Love you. See you later. Guys, if you want to donate to the Joe Show, cash sign, Joe Show, Brazil. Love you. See you next week. If you woke up this morning, you won. Remember, I don't care how respectful a man can be to you. If it's your baby daddy, if it's your ex, I don't care how respectful he could be. There's some things you just don't do if you got another man. It's all about respect. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Respect!
Ooh, yeah. It's time. Early in the morning. When I'm right, time to wake up. Listening to the Joe Show.